already. So I feel better. I feel so much better, you guys. I was pretty ill. I actually still have a really low grade fever. I don't know. I might always have this fever. Yesterday, even after 12 days, I had 100.2 or something fever. And then today, like, I wake up and I'm fine. And then a few hours after being awake, my fever's like at 99. Come here, boo. You need to sit down. Sit. Stay. And so anyway, today is Monday, the 16th, and I am still working very diligently on my fabric line. I did a little screen record showing you kind of what I do when I'm designing fabric. So that is going to be done hopefully Tuesday, tomorrow. And then once that's done, that's a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. And then my focus is getting my directions written and everything fully finished for my pattern release, which is the last weekend of August, is the Needlework Expo. So it is a trade show, a virtual online trade show where I sell wholesale to needlework shops all over the world. So that is a lot of pressure too. And then, so for Whatcha Paint Wednesday this week, I'm going to be starting on an angel chair. I did one last year. No, they didn't have it last year. It was 2 years ago. And I paint this chair and I donate it and they raise money. It's called charity auction. Get it? Charity. And anyways, that is due the end of this month as well. And then after that deadline, my taxes, I'm probably going to work on those this Saturday. Kevin has gigs Friday night and Saturday, so I will be alone, and I'm going to focus on getting my taxes all finished up and give to our accountant. And so that basically will take up the rest of August. In the meantime, I will be painting at least 2 hours a day in my journal, on a canvas, something. 2 hours a day, I figure I'm worth it. And then once September gets here, we leave mid-September for a 2-week trip to Utah. So I will be focusing on getting prepped for that. I'm teaching a couple classes at the Garden of Quilts in Lehi, Utah at Thanksgiving Point. And I will be getting ready for that, and then we will be gone a couple weeks, and then September will like be a blink of an eye. So I'm looking forward to October only for the fact that, number one, I love fall, favorite time of the year. Not spring, I don't know. I really like spring too when everything is coming into bloom, but I do love fall. I'm looking forward to not having any deadlines. I've been under the gun all summer long, and I know that's partly why I got sick. So I'm just looking forward to like getting into the studio and just working on a painting and not have to go, oh, I can only work a couple hours because I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to paint a lot in October. So hang in there with me, guys. I have a lot of cool things planned and some tutorials that I'm going to be working on once I do meet all these deadlines. So this fall and winter, I will be doing all kinds of creative and fun things that I can bring to you, those of you that like to paint. So stay tuned. Needlework Expo is coming up, and it is a wholesale show only open to the trade, and it's where I sell my needlework patterns to needlework shops all over the world. And I am right here fully finishing a cross-stitch piece called Soul Sisters. It's going to be a new release for the Needlework Expo, so I have to get everything done, fully finished, photographed, and make the covers and write the directions. So that's what I'm working on this week. Whoo, them some nasty glasses I got. Hold on, y'all, I gotta clean my glasses. Oh, I can see you. That is much better. All right, guys, I got some haul that I want to share with you. So let's take care of that right now. Well, one of the hauls that I want to share with you is, let me just show you these tables. Did you like when I take you for a little ride? Okay. Da-da-da. This table right here. So this table, my husband found these at the Home Depot, and they're adjustable. Right here's a crank, so I can lower it and I can raise it up. So that is one size. I forget the measurement. I want to say this one is 46 inches, I believe, and then these larger ones, this one here, let me bring in. This one here is, I believe, 52 inches long, and this one has 2 drawers. Nice sized drawers. They're shallow, but they're perfect for your ruler and, you know, a pen, pencil, whatever. Papers, that kind of thing. And this one also has a crank, so I can lower it down and raise it up. I love it at this height for working on projects. It's perfect countertop height. So that's one haul. We got 3 of those tables. I think I'm going to leave 2 in here. We're going to move 1 over to the workshop side of the studio. Let me roll you around this way. See this round table here? I am going to take this table. It's a beautiful table. We have a larger one that's our dining room table at our house, but this is quite small. The funny story is I actually purchased this one for our dining room table, but I'm so bad at judging size, and this was way too small for the area that I wanted it for. So it's been down here ever since. So it's been down here for 20 years. However, I'm going to move it to our basement, our downstairs, because it's got a black base. I don't know if you can really see that, but down here it's got a black base. And the top of that table is rough sawn, and then it's covered in beeswax. So it's absolutely beautiful. And we have nice colonial type chairs that we can put around it. And what I like about it is because it's small, it'll be great for the downstairs, because right now we don't have a table down there. Like when we have friends over, we want to play cards or something, we need a table. And I'm like, I'm not buying a table. I can use this one. So that is where I normally sit to record my floss tube and do stuff like that. But since he bought these other tables, and I forgot to mention, these tables are on rollers too. Like, how handy is that? So I'm going to move one, when I get this table down in up to the house, I should say, one of these roller tables will be stored here, and then the other one will be where the big tall one I showed you, that's going to stay there, and I can move it around. And then I have a third one, and Kevin's going to use that on the workshop side of the studio. So that was a very good purchase. We went and picked those up last weekend. So that's part of my haul. So let's do the rest of the haul. Getting art supplies delivered to my house is one of the simple joys in life. I get so excited when I get art supplies, and then I can't wait to use them. I don't think there's anything really exciting in here. I think I was just replacing some paint colors I was low on. Yep, so I got golden. Are these the heavy gel? Burnt umber and burnt sienna. Yep, burnt umber. Oh, my beloved Titan Buff. I love Titan Buff for like my folk art paintings and that. So if you mix titanium white is my other go-to. So titanium white, if you mix it with a color, it basically makes that color obviously lighter in shade, but also it keeps the intensity of the color, the brightness of the color, where Titan Buff, it will lighten it and give you a shade of that color, but because it's not pure white, it tones down the brightness. And y'all know my art. There's no bright colors in my artwork for the most part. So yeah, burnt sienna, burnt umber, Titan Buff. Oh, and then I bought these. There is another floss tube. Like I'm sorry, I said floss tube. I'm not YouTube vlogger that I absolutely love. Her name is Sandi Hester. I will link her below. She is an artist. She's based out of Nashville, Tennessee. And I love, love, love her personality. Her art inspires me. Her work, like how her work ethic and her search and her quest for finding her style impresses me to no end. I love her quirkiness, her funniness, her weirdness, all those things. I feel like I am too. And I feel like we would be best friends if we ever met. The other thing is that I love about her is her vlogs are so entertaining, and she has inspired me to make my vlogs better. I'm not near as good as she is because I feel like I'm two people. My husband says you're way more than two people. The poor man never knows who he's gonna get. But I am, first of all, I'm an artist. I feel like I was born to paint. I feel like that is my true calling in life. However, this needle art side of my life, I'm in love with it as well. I love both things. They are so different. So very different. I mean, yes, they're both creative, but they're so different. And I float between the two of them all day, every day. And it can be very challenging at times. Okay, it can be very challenging all the time. But the needlework side of my business, that is my bread and butter. That is what pays the bills. That is where I have more followers. That is where I'm more well known. In the art world, I'm not as well known. Before I got into the needlework marketplace, I was big time into art licensing, and I've made a name for myself in the art licensing world. However, that's even more different than like the art world. If you want to, because a lot of artists, purists or whatever, would never license their work. Like they don't want to see their work on little tchotchkes or notepads or something like that. A lot of people, I think a lot of artists thinks that devalues their original work, which I don't believe that at all. I think because I came from the art licensing world, I don't believe that, but to each his own. And you know, we all as individuals, whether we're artists or designers or what have you, we all have our beliefs, and that's cool. That's how it should be, right? That makes the world go around, is that we don't all think the same. Wow, this is a rant. I'm not even sure how I started on this. Oh, I know how. Because of these. I was inspired to purchase these because of Sandi Hester. She was doing these really quick. Let me back up one more thing about Sandi Hester that I love and admire. She's on the constant search for ways to loosen up her artwork. And I too, and that is a constant search for a lot of artists. Unless you're a realistic painter or hyperrealism and that type of thing, then you paint real tight anyways. But I like more loose paintings. I like to see the layers. I like to see the underpainting. I like texture. I like all of that. And I feel that Sandi is the same way in trying to, she calls it, don't get too precious about it. Precious meaning tight and, you know, little brushes and working real tight, making everything just so. I want to loosen up, and I'm always on that quest as well as Sandi is too. Well, anyways, I was watching one of her latest vlogs, and she was using these, and I thought, wow, those look so fun to work with, because she was drawing with them, and then she was putting water on them and rubbing them with her finger, and it was very interesting, the marks it was making, and how the colors were working together and blending together. And I'm like, that looks really fun, and I think that would be a really great way to loosen up my work. So I wanted to get these and play around with them in my sketchbook, and of course I will bring you along with me when I do that. Anyways, I love you, Sandi. I'm sure she does not watch my videos. But anyway, she's just a big inspiration to me. I have this channel here, which is my art channel, and then I have my FlossTube channel, which is more about my needlework. And I have like over 8,000 subscribers on that one, and I don't even know what I'm on here. Maybe 1,100? I don't know if I've made 1,200. I don't know. This is the channel, though, that I really want to grow because, like I said, I really believe. People ask me all the time, if you have to choose between your needlework business and your art business, what would you choose? And I always say my art business, because I believe that that is the talent God gave me for me to share with the world, and I couldn't live without painting. I couldn't. At this point, to be honest, I couldn't live without my needlework business either, because it's kept me so connected to so many amazing people. I love designing. I love seeing people stitch my designs, and that is one thing about the needlework business that I love so much. I'm creating something that somebody can then purchase the chart, buy the same linen and threads, and it will turn out exactly like mine was stitched. And that is super cool. That is like, it's like so flattering, because even if I teach someone how to paint a painting, it's not going to be exactly the same, because we all have a different hand. We all will mix the colors a little bit differently. We all will paint inside the line or outside the line. It's not going to be the same, and that's like with punch needle is the same way. No one's going to punch needle the piece to look exactly like mine. It's not even possible. And I know this because I have painted the same painting. There's one in particular, I've painted it 3 times, and all 3 of them look so different. Like, you can't even tell really that I was trying to copy my own work. So I think that's why people love cross stitch so much, because they know if they follow the directions in the chart, it will look exactly like it's intended to look. And it's such a cool creative outlet for people. I just think it's amazing. So having said that, if you asked me to give up one or the other, I would tell you, ain't happening. I love to be in both worlds. I love to you know, I love both worlds. I can't give either one up. But anyways, that was just a long rant, because people that watch my art channel might not have any clue that I have a whole nother life, which is my needlework business. So that's why I like to bring it up and share, you know, some of that side of my business with you, because it's pretty much 80% of what I do is my needlework business. So it's a big part of my life, and I need to share that. So anyway, but this is about art. So I can't wait to play with these, and I will share with you what I come up with. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Another thing about me as an artist is I'm all over the place. That's why my business name is called Creative Whims, because I go where my whims take me. I might feel like painting a folk art painting one day. The next day I might paint an angel. Then I might paint a realistic type of person. And then I might do, you know, more of an abstract look of something. So I like to experiment. I did have this idea, and I want you guys to comment below what you think about this. But I was thinking it would be fun for 2022 to start in January and say, okay, this entire month I'm going to paint blah, 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 whatever that might be. Then all of February, I'm going to paint this, and it's going to be like a certain topic. So January, I might say, okay, I'm going to work on doing 1 hour abstract landscapes with these or with paints or whatever. And then in February, I might say, okay, I'm going to paint nothing but my angels over scrapbook paper. And then in March, I might say, I'm doing nothing but folk art, real primitive, real folk art, crackle, grungy. I might do that for March. And then just I have a topic every month for myself. And I think that might be kind of fun. So let me know your thoughts on that. Anyways, that's part of my haul. The other part of my haul is from Keen Art Media. So this is a company out of Canada that sells their cradled boards and canvases way less expensive than you can get them on Dicklick and other places. So these are 18 by 36. They're amazing quality, and if you spend over $100, it's free shipping unless you get something that's oversized. Like this cost me $35 to ship, which was kind of a bummer because I wasn't planning on that. But anyways, here's what I got. So anyway, 18 by 36, and I had to get these for my CW Live class. So anyways, that's my haul. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday the 25th, August 25th, I think. It's been a crazy week, guys. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what I have been ferociously and focused, I don't know what the word would be, but just attacking to get done because we have a pattern release. Now, I know this is an art channel, so, you know, I do talk about my needlework business because it's a big part of my life. It's like 80 or 90% of my business. So anyways, I'm going to show you all the finishes that I have done. This week, I recorded a floss tube video showing all my new releases. I've been writing the directions for each pattern and designing all the covers, and it's been crazy. So I'm going to show you guys what I've been working on. Okay, so I'll have a link in the description box below showing you my new release video in case that's something that you would like to watch. But that is a punch needle. That's one of my designs. And let me just show you the covers. These are the covers that I designed for each one of them. So I have 2 punch needle designs coming out. Here's the other punch needle design, which I put over here. You can kind of see it. This is my like Halloween display. It's a permanent fixture in my studio. There's a couple things up here that aren't Halloween, but I'm hoping to switch those out as I get more Halloween stuff done. Anyways, so I like this. I want to show you this real quick. So that is the painting, the watercolor painting I did many, many years ago, and that is the cross stitch. So what I do, not always, but a lot of my art, or I'm sorry, a lot of my cross stitch is directly from paintings I have done. That's not always the case. This little guy here was from a painting. That chicken was from a painting. That sheep was not. Now that was just a sketch in my sketchbook. So sometimes they come from sketches, sometimes they come from paintings. Okay, so this is one of my cross stitch releases, and I will show you the cover. So I'm doing my covers a little bit differently now. I used to not have them like in a setting. Well, of course it's going to be the last one. So here is the cover I designed for that piece. So here is Soul Sisters, and I put my best friend's initials, Kristen Alexander, my soul sister I should say, and my initials on it. So then this piece back here, this painting, I love this painting so much. I love Pennsylvania Dutch folk art style paintings. So I used that painting to create this amazing cover. So what I did is I laid the cross stitch piece onto that painting and took a picture of it. So say hi, Teeny Woo. Say hi, baby girl. So I fully finished that piece as well. Two birds in a bush, and here is the cover that I designed for it. So this is what I've been working on all week, guys. Here is another piece up on the housetop. I have them on display now in my studio. And then here is the cover I designed for it. Here is the printer. This is our large format printer. We print all our own covers in-house, and all the directions and everything is printed here in the studio. Here is one of the pillows I designed. They are inspired by antique postcards. And here is the cover that I designed for it. And then we have this cute Christmas pillow. And here is the cover I designed for it. So anyways, let me just do this. So anyways, that's what I've been doing. It's been a crazy week, fully finishing everything, recording videos, you know, sending mass email out to all my shops to let them know what's coming out at Expo, writing directions, designing covers. I mean, it is intense, you guys. Oh, one last one I forgot to show you guys. Duh, how could I forget to show you that? Every release I have at least one sampler, and this piece turned out so pretty. It's a rather large cross-stitch piece, but I'll let you read the verse. And in the sampler book, I wrote a little blurb on my inspiration for the piece. So I'm just going to do that. If you want to read it, you can pause the video and read that. So anyways, the only thing I've got to paint this week is what we painted last night in CW Live, which is fine. Yeah, so Needlework Expo is this weekend. It is virtual, so what we do, because our internet down here at the studio is kind of crappy, so we move my computer up to the house and we set everything up. Like, I put a partial booth behind me, and then I have my new things hanging behind me because, you know, you want something nice. So I have to do that Friday. I also have to upload everything to the Needlework Expo site because it's a virtual show. I have to upload all of that today. Orders are coming in already. I mean, it's a busy, crazy week. So I'm trying to think when I will upload this video. I probably won't be able to upload this video until Monday. No, Monday's still Expo. So the Expo is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and this weekend is when I would normally upload my Creatube video. So it'll probably be next Tuesday before I can get it up. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I just want to talk real quick, just for some of you that might be like wanting to make your own prints and things and sell in an Etsy shop or a website or something. I just want to share my experience with you. So we print in-house. My prints, like 8 by 10, 11 by 14, 16 by 20. We print all those in-house using that printer that I just showed you. We print all of our covers and all of our instructions for our patterns in-house as well. And the reason we do that is because years and years ago when we had Primitive Folk, so Primitive Folk, what we did with that company was we sold my framed prints to gift shops all over the world. Okay, we used to work with, outside printers, and in order to keep the costs down, you had to get like 1,500 to 2,500 of a print done, and then you have to have room to store all that, and to sell that many prints, that was a lot. So I could have had 200 prints printed, but they would have been too expensive at that point. So anyways, we also had a bad experience where we were working with this printer, and when we got the prints in, they were horrible. They were bad. We had to go to court over the whole thing. It was awful. It was a horrible experience, and I've become a control freak, and I like to have my hands in every part of my business so that I can control the quality and the color, because color is so important. And we have it down now. I'm pretty well versed in Photoshop, and we have this expensive large format printer, and I can control the color. I have the original painting here, and I can compare it, and I can make it as close to the original as possible. So anyways, if you are interested, I will put what kind of printer we have and what kind of paper we use. I'll put that in the description box below if I remember. I'm so bad with that. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you in case you're an artist that is looking to make their own prints. I mean, if you're just starting out, you might not have the money for that printer, but work towards it. Work towards it. It's worth it. It's worth having the control over the color and the quality of your prints. So anyway, all right guys, until next time, see ya. I wanted to show you guys a little bit about Needlework Expo. I did this last year, so it might be redundant for a lot of you, but you can always fast forward. For those of you though that are curious, I just wanted to show you how it worked. So this is what I see when I log in. I can, edit the description. If you look here, I have notes and things for people that come into my booth for them to read. Not everybody reads them, but those that do will know what to do to get free shipping. Here is my needlework release, or my new release for Needlework Expo video from YouTube that I put in there, and then here are all of my new releases. So it shows the wholesale. So that's the wholesale price, y'all. Don't freak out. And then I have everything on here from March 2020 until now. So everything is on here for the past, what is that? Year and a half? I don't know. No, that'd be March to March to, year and a half or so. Okay, so when I come in, I hit this. I don't know if I can do this because today is Monday and the show is over. So yeah, it's not working. But normally, oh, there it is. Hi guys. So I would have this up over here and then I would work over here doing my PayPal invoicing and, you know, all the things I needed to do to keep my business going. So if somebody came into my booth, they would show up where this big gray block is. They would show up there and then we could talk. So let's go to Expo Hall. I'm not going to go into anybody's booth because I don't want to show any prices. But when you, as not you, but when a shop owner would come to the show, this is what they would see. This is the Expo Hall. And then these are all of the booths. So I'll kind of go slow. There's my friend Janine. Oh my gosh. It was really fun talking to other exhibitors, because as an exhibitor, so I would have a window pulled up that if somebody came into my booth, I would be right there. But I could also go into each of these as if I was a buyer and look at their stuff, or click the live chat and then talk with them, you know, talk with the exhibitor, so, or designer or whatever. So that was really fun. I did place a couple orders. Stacy Nash. I love Hello by Liz Matthews, or Hello from Ms. Okay, let me start over. Hello from Liz Matthews. I love and adore this woman. She's just the sweetest person. And this, out of her new releases, this one is my favorite. That one is my favorite. I wish I would have took time to go into Beth Twist's booth, but I seriously was busy. If I wasn't talking to a customer, I was on PayPal invoicing orders that had come in. So I kept busy, trust me. It's not like I sat here and did nothing. Lady Dot Creates, I did not go and visit Lois. I love her so much, but last time I did that, I felt like I was interrupting, because she is a busy woman, and she's like filling orders and packing orders and stuff during the show. And I just didn't want to bother her. That's why I can't wait to see her at Nashville. And my friend, Stephanie Webb, Lindy Stitches, I love her. She is just amazing. Her and I had a nice visit. Doggone it. Becky, she came to my booth a couple times, I think, at least once, I know. And I was with a customer, and I don't know, it just didn't work out. So that's a bummer, because her and I usually have time to talk. So anyways, I'm just showing you the cover so you can see who's all at the show. This one's taking a little bit long. It's not the site, it's my internet. So I'm actually at my house downstairs because my internet at the studio is not trustworthy. So we bring my computer up here and hook it directly in with an Ethernet cable to the modem. Is it the modem or the whatever? All that technical crap, I don't know. But it's the only way I would have trustworthy internet. So yeah, Stacy Nash. I ordered one of her patterns, and I ordered some of the waxers, and I ordered enough to do some giveaways with her waxers. Oh my gosh, the Halloween waxers are amazing. So yeah, just kind of going slow. So you can see I didn't go to all the booths. Trey Chic Stitchery, I ordered from them. They are a USA company, but they sell scissors and thread and fabric and all kinds of accoutrement for, I don't know how to say it, Saju? I don't know. But I ordered some scissors, and I had some fun in there. I meant to go see Twin Peak Primitives as well. I would love to chat with them. And Fox and Rabbit, where the heck are they? I didn't go to see them either. Doggone it. It was really, really busy. I don't know. So what happens is this site is open for 30 days after today. So shops can still go in there and look at everything and place their orders. So yeah, that's pretty cool too. All right, guys. See you later. some rather special haul that I want to share with you guys. This has been in my studio for at least a week. And I finally have time to go to open it and look at it. I do not like things packaged with these. There it is, guys. Elizabeth Roberts, age 11 years, 1849. It says, I thank my God for hand and skill to write my name without a quill. But this is full coverage. Zoom in a little bit so you can see it. Those are all stitches. 11 years old. I guess they didn't have a lot to do back then. But it's just exquisite. Look at the border at the top. The birds, the big giant puppy, and big giant cat. I'm going to guess those are her pets. It's my guess and my belief. So therefore it is. Yeah, I cannot wait to chart this. I love the oblong. I love the house. I love everything about it. So yeah, I've got 7 antique samplers now to chart. So right now I have enough things designed for all of 2022. So that way I can focus on my antique samplers. Peace out. It's Labor Day today, and I'm laboring. Well, I just got a ton of stuff to do, so I'm going to be working most of the day. But Mom and Jerry left this morning, and I've just been a hot mess. I have been crying pretty much nonstop. I'm fine if I stay busy and don't think about them, but when I do, I cry. Like now. Anyways, it's funny because Kyle was standing outside and he's getting ready to move out in October, and I said, so when Kyle moved, or when Ryan moved out, he was gone a year. When his lease was up on the apartment, he came back home because he was going to buy a house, so he lived at home for a while. And then when he left, 2 weeks before he left, Kyle moved in. But when Ryan moved out 2 weeks later, I cried like a baby, and I said to Kevin, I said, that's it. These kids can't be moving in and moving out because it breaks my heart every time. And so anyway, I put my arm around Kyle. He was standing outside. And I said, I'm going to cry when you move out the 1st of October, you know. He goes, okay, I'll bring Kleenex. And I was, you know, it's just hard at least he's moving within 5 miles, so that'll be awesome. But it's just hard when your house is full of family and you have fun. And Mom and I played cards as much as possible. I mean, dang near every night. You know, you miss them, and being that they're in Florida, I mean, it's a hefty drive. We're talking 2 full days of driving, and so it's not like you can just bust down for a weekend. So it makes it really hard. And I said to Kyle, I said, you know, I've dealt with this my entire life. You know, my dad moved here from Southeast Michigan to work at GM here in Flint, and you know, we would go 3 and 4 times down to Missouri, and every time we left there, I'd cry. And my grandma would stand outside waving and just tears streaming down her eyes. And it's like, I don't know. The good old days back when families all stuck together and lived, you know, all on the same road and stuff. Those were good days, huh? I've not experienced that. Anywho. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get in the studio and do some work, keep myself busy so I don't keep crying. Bye. All right, guys, I wanted to show you how the chair turned out for the charity auction dinner. It's a fundraiser for, all the proceeds go to the Catholic Charities of Flint, Michigan. And they do a lot of good work for the poor in the area. So, I did a chair a couple years ago. I can insert pictures of what I did. Last year they didn't have it because of COVID. And they asked me to do another one again this year. So, this is my chair. What I did, zoom in here. What I did is I took all the, let me grab them, all the, I took all of the handouts, I guess you could call them, that were given to us during the pandemic when, in order to reduce the risk of transmission, they didn't want to use the same books each week, so we had these handouts for Mass. And at the end of Mass, they had a garbage can there, and people threw them away. Well, I kept mine and my husband's, and I didn't know what I was going to do with them, but I have been using them and decoupaging them onto canvas or a cradled board, and now this chair, and create a really cool base for painting over. Plus, it's kind of like a, what would you call it? Not a word search, but it's interesting because you could look at this chair for hours and read everything on it. You know, some of it's covered up too much to really read. Some of it is very faint, but you can make it out. Catholic Church, Sanctus. There's music on here. There's prayers. There's images of, that's the dove symbolizing the Holy Spirit. There's a little picture of Jesus. There's some songs. The Nicene Creed. It's on this side. Another song, another picture of Jesus, All Saints Day. So I covered the entire chair with those papers, those handouts. And this is the back of the chair now. So there's some readings in there as well. Another picture of Jesus. So anyway, even the edges of the chair, all the edges of the chair, the sides of the chair, underneath, I don't know if you can really see, underneath the chair is covered as well. Then on the part that you sit on, I painted Sit a While with Jesus. And again, it has, you know, prayers and all kinds of beautiful things underneath. And then on the back of the chair, where your back would, if you were to sit in this. It's more like a child's chair. It's very short. It's maybe a foot tall. And, you know, this part that you sit on is like a foot off the ground. So it's more or less for children. And then on the back of the chair, I painted this angel. So I have one coat. Well, okay, let me back up. So I used some glitter paint. Well, first I painted gold, gold metallic paint, and then I put some paint over it that had gold flecks in it. It's really not showing up that well. And then her dress is scrapbook papers that I just pieced together, collaged together. And then I went over everything with gloss varnish, and then crackle medium, and then a wash of raw umber. And now I have the first coat of satin varnish on it. So I'm going to do another coat of satin varnish, and then it will be done. So the lady's coming to pick it up on Monday, which is awesome. So that's another tick off my to-do list that feels really good to have done. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Are you ready for Teresa's tidbit? Wow, 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 wow. Lights. Flashing lights. All right, guys. This week's tidbit is this. Play and experiment. I know I've already talked about playing with, you know, in your art journals, but experiment. Go to dickblick.com, go to, you know, wherever you buy your art supplies, and we'll go over that. That'll be a different day. But I want you to buy something that you've never used before. And I want, when you get that in, I want you to play with it. I want you to use that either in your art journal or on a painting that you're working on, and experiment, because if you can find like some products that will make your art stand out from other people's, like if everybody just used acrylic paints and no other mediums and no other exciting tools, and we just use brushes, we just painted with brushes and acrylic paint, it could get kind of boring. So get something that you've never used before and play with it. Maybe it will be just some oil pastels, maybe it, you know, whatever it might be. Get some of it and try it and see if you can incorporate it into your style and into the way you create your art. Because if you develop some techniques that are truly yours and no one else, like they might look at your, I think this is fun because I've seen paintings like this and go, how did they do that? How did they get that effect? The only way you're going to find out how to do stuff like that is by experimenting. And of course, you know, it can be costly to just buy stuff and then it not work out, and so you have these extra things. I mean, you could turn around and sell them on, you know, a Facebook group or, you know, something like that. So I don't feel like you're stuck with those supplies if you're not going to use them again, especially if it's a tool. But you might, that's how you're going to discover what you really like to work with. And I think it's exciting and interesting and beneficial to you as an artist if you can create work where people love it and then they go, but how'd she do that? Because I've seen art like that, and I've asked that same question and thought, God, I would love to know their technique. I always find, I want to know how do they do that, you know? So anyway, you discover stuff and techniques and products that you can use in your art so that people look at your art and say, wow, how did he or she do that? So yeah, that's Teresa's tidbit for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you out. Hi, friends. Oh, so this was my wrap up for August, but we're now into September by a good week. I mean, it is the 10th, so but it has been really insane and busy for us. I had to paint that chair, which I showed you. We prepared for Needlework Expo, and we're still shipping orders from that, and it's been 2 weeks since the show. So that's crazy. My mom and Jerry were here, so of course I wanted to spend as much time with them as possible, but they left this past Monday. They left to go back to Florida. I'm also have been preparing for the Garden of Quilts, where I'm teaching a couple classes, so I've been prepping for that, getting the kits kitted up for everybody, and also the handouts that I'm giving them, and just the giveaways and gathering all the things I need to take to Utah. And what else has been thrown in there? I got sick for a few days. I had to design and finish my fabric line, due August 1st, but it was like August maybe 25th when I finally got everything done. And I think I painted the chair. Oh, and got my taxes done. Yeah, Kevin and I, I'm never doing that again. My poor accountant, I sent her some Cheryl's cookies because I felt so bad that, you know, we filed an extension, so my taxes, my corporate taxes would then be due on September 15th, which is Tuesday. And I got them to her a couple days, probably 3 days ago. Monday. I think it was, yeah, Monday. So yeah, this past Monday. And today, by the way, is Saturday, September 11th. And every time I hear September 11th, I think of that day in 2001. And I say a prayer. So anyways, it's been an absolute zoo here, which is why you have not seen much from me on either one of my YouTube channels. I don't feel right recording a floss tube or a Creatube, spending a lot of time on that when I have so many deadlines and people are waiting on stuff and we have all these orders to ship. It just doesn't feel right. So after I get everything done that I need to get done, I will then piecemeal all this together and post it. So it may be when we drive to Utah, it's a 24-hour drive. So we're gonna probably do 10, 10, and 4. And I'll have lots of time in the car to edit videos and then get these uploaded while we're gone. That's the plan. Anyways, that's the plan. So yeah, I am so glad that all these things are done. Fabric line, check. Chair for the charity auction dinner, check. Taxes are done, check. Needlework Expo, kind of still shipping, so not quite a check, but we're getting there. And getting everything kitted for Utah is almost a check. I have everything gathered. There's still some things to be done. What else? It's just all these things. They're done. So when we get back from Utah, I am going to be so happy to not have any deadlines. My next fabric line is not due until the spring. So I am going to, work on it over the winter so that when spring comes, it's going to be just done. All I got to do is upload the files. Then, we have Nashville, not until the first week of March. But I'm going to start working on all this stuff. I'm going to be busy all winter getting things ready because I can't wait so long and so close to a show to get all the instructions and covers and things done, because Kevin just really didn't have time to build up a lot of inventory before the show. So that's what put us really far behind. I didn't count on getting sick for, I was sick for about a week, but 3 days was feeling really crappy and didn't do a lot of work, So you can't count, you don't know these things are going to happen. But anyways, so yeah, that's what's been going on in the studio. Just because you haven't seen me doesn't mean I haven't been busy. That's for sure. This is a working studio. This is a busy studio, and I am grateful for it. So anyways, we'll catch you on the flip side.